off, mister. Miss me, have you?
What'd you think?
What's it like?
Awful.
It's only for a week, though, isn't it?
Yeah, if the police are ready to proceed.
Of course they will.
Well, they'll not rush.
They'll be ready, Roy. Bound to be.
Well, some of the other lads reckon I could get it done this time. Borstal.
Don't talk daft. Probation, that's all you'll get.
Yeah, well, cracking down all round, I reckon.
Yeah, what do they know? They're just saying that. We've got a cat.
A cat?
Yeah. It's a stray. Somebody kicked her out. She was starving.
What have you called her?
Tin ribs. Have your mum and dad been yet?
Not yet. When they do, we'll only fight, just like we always do.
Wish I could put my arms round you.
Can I help you?
I should hope so. We've been robbed.
Right. If you can just let me have some details, it's Mr. and Mrs.
I'm Mr. Robert Dawson. This is Mrs. Muriel Davis.
And your address, Mr. Dawson?
15A, Walcott Terrace.
And yours, Mrs. Davis?
Same.
Anything for me, Joseph?
Just there, ma'am.
No.
And you've been robbed, you say, Mr. Dawson?
I haven't, but she has. That thieving little bitch nicked a fiver right out of her handbag.
So you know who took it, then?
Well, of course I know who took it. It was her daughter took it.
Hadn't been out the room 2 minutes.
So, your daughter stole £5 from your purse and you want to lay a complaint to you, Mrs. Davis?
Right, Sergeant.
Mrs. Davis, do you mind, Joseph? Shall we go into my office? Please sit down. Now then. You don't think this might be better sorted out between you when your daughter gets back?
She'll not be coming back, will she?
She won't.
She don't live with us, you see. Not anymore.
Oh, she's married, is she?
She's got this fella she lives with.
When he's not in jail.
How old is your daughter, Mrs. Davis?
18.
And do you know where she does live?
Oh, yeah.
They're in this flat.
And you're quite sure that you want to involve us in this,
Look, do you want it in writing?
Mrs. Davis?
Well, it was my money and she did take it.
What I mean is, if we do get involved, then she'll have to be charged with theft, which means she'll have to appear in court, and of course you'll be asked to give evidence against her.
Oh, I don't know what to think.
I know what to think. Get her charged.
Mrs. Davis?
Oh, what do you think, Bobby?
I've told you, get her charged.
I tell you what, why don't you sleep on it?
Look, what's to sleep on? There's a crime being committed here.
It most certainly has, Mr. Dawson, but I hardly think the theft of a £5 note in these circumstances rates in quite the same league as the great train robbery, do you?
There's nothing funny about this, you know, miss.
I agree, Mr. Dawson. Any more than there's anything funny about taking an 18-year-old girl to court when it's quite possible that the whole thing can be sorted out privately and amicably between you. I mean, has your daughter ever done anything like this before, Mrs. Davis?
Oh, no, she hasn't.
As far as you know, she hasn't.
No, whatever else she is, she's always been an honest girl, as Arlene.
Aye, well, if you lie down with dogs, and we all know what sort she lies down with these days.
Bobby!
The point I'm making, Mrs. Davis, is that perhaps she was desperate for the money.
I know what she wanted it for.
Oh?
Ah, she wanted it for bus fare, to go and visit Milado over at the remand centre.
Milado being the man she's living with, right?
That's right, and it's not his first offence neither. Trash the pair of them.
And how long has she been living with him, Mrs. Davis?
Well, I don't know, 2 months maybe. I don't want to know.
Then you don't approve of the relationship?
No, I don't.
And what have you done about it?
Not what I think. She's got a mind of her own, has that one?
I ain't a mouth to go with it.
You have an address for her, you say?
Yeah, 45 Waterloo House. It's up on the estate.
Well, I tell you what. You go home and sleep on it, and I'll pop round there sometime later today myself and have a word with her about it. All right?
All right.
Right.
What do you want to let us talk you out of it for?
I'll stop it.
You know their game, don't you? All they're interested in is getting out of doing any bloody work.
Shut up, Ed. Banging.
Did you, get anywhere, ma?
Waterloo Estate, Jonesy.
Hiya. Made you jump?
Yeah.
You saw him then?
Yeah.
How'd you get over there?
Bus and walked.
This must be love.
Hobson's choice, really, wasn't it? Seeing as his so-called best mate wouldn't give me a lift.
Business love, I told you.
Yes.
How is he anyway?
It's all right.
Taking his punishment like a man.
That's right.
Not a bad kid, all right. Strictly amateur night, though.
He was unlucky, do you know?
Listen, love. There's more to housebreaking than smashing a window and hoping nobody's at home. You should have stuck with me instead of going freelance. I'd have looked after him, just like I always did.
But he was never in trouble in his life until he got mixed up with you lot down that arcade.
You're wasting your time with Roy, love. He's a loser. You could do a lot better.
Hey, Tin Ribs. You miss me, have you? Go and find us something to eat.
Arlene Davis.
That's right.
Can you come in? We've met before, actually, haven't we?
Have we?
Magistrate's court the other day.
Oh, yeah.
When I got back to my car, somebody let one of the tyres down.
Yeah?
I don't suppose either you or any of those lads that were with you would know anything about that.
No, you're right, I don't.
May I?
If you want.
Ooh, she's thin.
Yeah. She was starving when I took her in. I'm wet through. Somebody tried to drown her.
Nice people.
What do you want, anyway?
We had your mother in this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Expect you know what about.
No.
She alleges you stole £5 from her purse.
That's a lie.
According to her, there's a £5 note in her purse when she left you alone in the living room. When she came back, you'd gone and sold the money. You're telling me now that it wasn't you that took it?
Didn't say that.
Oh, didn't you?
I didn't say I didn't take it. I said I didn't nick it. I just borrowed it, that's all.
Without her permission?
I'm going to let her have it back just as soon as I get my social security. And I told her that when I asked her if she'd lend me something.
You still got this money?
Some of it.
How much?
A couple of quid.
What happened to the rest of it?
Spent it, didn't I? On fares to go and see Roy.
Roy being Roy Brown, who was remanded in custody.
That's right. Thanks to you.
I beg your pardon?
So you should. Seeing it was you who's objected to bail.
Well, you know why, don't you? The last time he had to appear in court, he was granted bail and he failed to turn up. He had to be brought in.
Yeah, well, before he met me, wouldn't he? I'd have made sure he'd have turned up.
Yes, but it wasn't you that was offering to act as surety.